Okay, we're going to look at section 2.6, which is formulas and applications of geometry. For question number 1, it says to solve for z, and the equation says z plus y equals x. So I'm going to rewrite that. Z plus y is equal to x, and we want to get z by itself. So right now we're adding y to z, so I'm going to subtract y from both sides. That's gone. And now I'm left on the left-hand side, I have z, and on the right-hand side, I have x minus y. I cannot combine those because those are different terms. So that's it. Z equals x minus y. Number 2 says to solve for b, and your equation is r times s equals a times b times c. You want to get b by itself. First thing you need to do is get rid of the a and the c. Well, right now you're multiplying b by a and c, so I need to divide both sides by a times c. The a's would cancel and the c's would cancel on the right. So I would have b equals r times s over a times c. I've solved for b. Number 3, solve for q. You have 6p plus q equals -8. To get q by itself, I need to subtract 6p from both sides. 6p minus 6p is 0. So on the left, I have q. On the right, I have -8 minus 6p. Those are unlike terms. I cannot combine them, so that's my answer. Number 4, solve for t. I have a equals p, parentheses, 2 plus RT. Now, most of you will think to distribute that p first. So you would have a equals 2p plus 2RT. Now subtract 2p from both sides, and you would have a minus 2p. Oops, look like a crazy p. A minus 2p equals 2RT. To get t by itself, I now need to divide by 2r. 2's cancel, r's cancel. So my answer would be a minus 2p over 2r is equal to t. Now I want to show you a different way to approach this problem. You have a equals p times 2 plus RT. Right now I'm multiplying that p. So I could divide by p both sides before I even got started. So I would have a divided by p is equal to 2 plus RT. Now I subtract 2 from both sides. 2 minus 2 is 0. So I have a over p minus 2 is equal to r times t. One more step. To get the t by itself, I need to divide both sides by r. The r's would cancel on the right, so I'd have a over p minus 2 all over r is equal to t. Now, these two equations are equivalent. They are the same. A minus 2p all over 2r, or a over p minus 2 all over r. Both of those answers are correct. It depends on if you distributed the p first, like here in the green, or if you divided both sides by p first. Number 5, solve for y. Q equals x plus y all over 2. I want to get rid of the 2, so I need to multiply both sides by 2. The 2's on the right cancel. So I have 2q is equal to x plus y. To get the y by itself, I want to subtract x from both sides. X minus x is 0. 0 plus y is just y on the right. And on the left, I have 2q minus x. Number 6, solve for c. A equals c divided by b. I need to multiply both sides by b. The b's on the right would cancel. And I have BA equals C. Or you could write that as A times B, right? A times B equals C, or you can say B times A equals C. Number 7, solve for y. A equals 1/8 times the quantity x. Sorry about that. There was a phone call. Okay, we have A equals 1/8 times the quantity x plus y plus z, and we're supposed to solve for y. Okay, you could distribute this 1/8 to everybody, but I'm going to tell you there's an easier way to do it. Let's multiply both sides by 8 first, because that will get rid of the 1/8 out front. So now I have 8a equals x plus y plus z. Now to get the y by itself, I need to subtract x from both sides. The x's would be gone. And subtract z from both sides. And the z's would be gone. So on the left-hand side, I have 8a minus x minus z. And on the right-hand side of the equal sign, I'm left with just y. Number 8, I have solved for a. E equals k a b, so that's k times a times b, all over r squared. First thing I want to do in order to solve for a is multiply both sides by r squared. That gets rid of the denominator on the right-hand side. So I now have r squared times e equal to k a b. And I want to solve for a. So I need to divide both sides by kb. The k's would cancel on the right. The b's would cancel on the right. So I have r squared e all over kb is equal to a. Number 9. This is an application. The length of a rectangular parking area is 2 times the width. So I'm going to let the width be x, and the length is 2 times the width, so the length would be 2x. It's a rectangular parking area, so if I were to draw it, I would have x and 2x. The perimeter is 210 yards. Find the length and the width of the parking area. Okay, perimeter means the distance around. So if I start here and start walking around, I would go 2x yards, then x yards, so plus x, then another 2x yards, and finally x more yards. That would equal 210 yards. So if I add up all the lengths of the sides, 2x plus x plus 2x plus x, I would get 210. Now collecting like terms on the left, 2x plus 1x plus 2x plus 1x is 6x. Because 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. So if 6x equals 210, dividing both sides by 6, I end up with x equals 210 divided by 6 is 35. So x is 35. What was x? X was the width. So the width is 35. Hold on. Width. The width of the rectangular parking area is 35 yards. Now the length was 2 times x. So 2 times 35 is 70. So the length is going to be 70 yards. Be careful and make sure you know what your x is and your 2x is. Your x is your width, 2x is your length. Number 10. A triangular parking lot has 2 sides that are the same length and a third side that's 8 meters longer. If the perimeter is 71 meters, find the lengths of the sides. So you have 2 sides that are the same length. I'm going to let each one of those sides be x. And the third side is 8 meters longer. So the third side is going to be x plus 8. So x plus 8 is the third side. All right, the perimeter, the distance all the way around, is 71. So let's walk all the way around this triangle. I've gone x plus x plus x plus 8. And that distance is supposed to be, I'm going to go to the other side of it, that distance is supposed to equal 71. So I have 71 equals, what is 1x plus 1x plus 1x? That's 3x plus 8. Subtracting 8 from both sides. 71 minus 8 is 63. 63 equals 3x. Dividing both sides by 3. 63 divided by 3 is 21. So I have 21 equals x. Now what was x? X was the side of the triangle that had the sides that were the same. So the length of the smaller sides are 21 meters, because x is 21. Now what is x plus 8 going to be? 21 plus 8 will be 29. The larger side will be 29 meters.